welcome to Côte d'Azur.
Hi guys, today we're presenting our 19th travel vlog, our trip to the French Riviera, one of Europe's most glamorous coastal destinations. Stretching along the sparkling Mediterranean coastline in southeastern France, the Côte d'Azur is renowned for its elegant seaside resorts, colorful old towns, luxurious yachts, and spectacular scenery. Blessed with over 300 days of sunshine each year, it has long been a favorite holiday destination for artists, celebrities, and travelers from all around the world. In fact, about 12 million tourists visit this region each year. We stayed 3 nights in Juan-les-Pins, a lively seaside resort that's part of the commune of Antibes, and explored the picturesque towns of Antibes, Nice, Villefranche-sur-Mer, Monaco, and even made a brief stop in Cannes. This will be a 2-episode series, and in this part, we'll cover the first 2 days of our trip. The drive from Geneva took about 6 hours in this interesting C shape. We visited in spring, which is one of the best times to come here, offering warm temperatures, blooming vegetation, and fewer crowds than during the busy summer months. By the late afternoon, we finally arrived in Juan-les-Pins. We stayed in an apartment just a short walk away from the beach. It was modern and homely, but quite cramped and narrow. In fact, the lift and garage were also very cramped. Fortunately, it also had a fantastic balcony overlooking the Mediterranean Sea. Waking up to this view every morning was certainly going to be a highlight of the trip.
Alright guys, so we've arrived at our apartment, and although it is a bit cramped, the decorations look amazing and the view definitely makes up for it. I still need to soak it in and truly enjoy it. We are currently in the west side of the peninsula in Juan-les-Pins, and in a moment we'll go down, check out the beach. Probably not swim though, because it is spring right now. But we'll enjoy the coastline and yeah, explore this beautiful town.
The weather was excellent, with temperatures around 20 degrees this evening. Palm trees lined the promenade, while the calm Mediterranean shimmered beneath the golden sunlight. Juan-les-Pins is best known for its sandy beaches and vibrant summer atmosphere. There's a wonderfully relaxed atmosphere, with people enjoying the beach, restaurants beginning to fill up, and families strolling along the waterfront. The shoreline resembled that of Costa Brava in Spain. Compared to many other Riviera towns, it has a younger and livelier feel, while still offering beautiful coastal scenery. As the sun slowly began to set, the colors over the sea became even more beautiful. Eventually, it was time for dinner. We stopped at a nearby Indian restaurant. A nice change from the Mediterranean cuisine we'd be enjoying over the next few days. We returned to the apartment and called it a day.
Alright, so it's the next day, and the plan for the day is to head over to Nice. And yeah, today we're actually pretty blessed with the weather, as you can see. It's very sunny, very nice. I actually forgot to mention this yesterday, but the island you see over there, it's Île de l'Érins, and on that side you can see that is actually Cannes, and over there on the other side we have Cap d'Antibes, which is the tip of the peninsula, and yeah, that side there's Nice, Monaco, and the rest of the cities. What is really awesome about this place where our apartment is located is that since it's on the west side of the peninsula in Juan-les-Pins, we have very long days and the sun is out almost, well, like more than 12 hours. Right now the sun is that side and we'll see it go all the way there. It's a full day of sun and yeah, it's fantastic. I gotta say, compared to the Italian Riviera where we stayed in Rapallo, it feels like here in Juan-les-Pins everything's much more busy, and even though it is quite like relaxed and slow paced, it seems like everyone's a bit more, you know, in a rush and they have to get to places. So it's definitely a bit busier and there's a bit more hustle bustle compared to the Italian Riviera.
After visiting the largest city on the French Riviera, we planned to spend the evening in the charming seaside town of Villefranche-sur-Mer. Nice is only about half an hour away by car from Antibes, making it a perfect day trip. The drive was also very scenic, although traffic became quite heavy as we approached the city. The public parking lot was practically full, and the town was also very busy and crowded, despite the off-season. We soon arrived at the heart of the city at the famous Place Masséna. This is undoubtedly one of Nice's most recognizable landmarks. Surrounded by elegant red buildings with Italian-inspired architecture, black and white checkerboard paving, and impressive fountains, it perfectly blends the city's French and Italian influences. Nice actually belonged to the Kingdom of Sardinia until 1860, before becoming part of France. After taking in the atmosphere of the square, we began walking towards the coast. As we approached the charismatic Promenade des Anglais, we spotted the 9 lignes obliques sculpture. This monument was inaugurated in 2010 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of the County of Nice being part of France. The 9 lines symbolize the 9 historical valleys that converge into the city. The Promenade des Anglais is one of the world's most famous seaside boulevards, stretching for around 7 kilometers along the Bay of Angels. It's lined with palm trees, luxury hotels, cafes, and beaches. We continued strolling along the promenade, enjoying the refreshing sea breeze and lively atmosphere. It was difficult not to stop every few minutes to admire the scenery. The promenade gets its name from the wealthy English visitors who helped finance its construction during the 19th century. The water had that incredible turquoise color the French Riviera is so famous for, while the pebble beach was already filling up with sunbathers enjoying the warm spring weather. Not many people were in the water though. The weather was splendid, but not ideal for swimming. Having worked up quite an appetite, we started looking for somewhere to eat. We eventually settled on a cozy Italian restaurant overlooking one of the nearby streets, where we enjoyed some truly delicious pasta and pizza before continuing our exploration. After lunch, we returned to the waterfront and made our way in the opposite direction, towards Colline du Château, a nice viewpoint offering breathtaking panoramic views over Nice. I was having a blast, although it was quite windy, which is very common along the French Riviera. There are several ways of reaching the Colline du Château, including stairs or a free elevator. From the summit, we could admire the entire Bay of Angels, the Promenade des Anglais, and Nice's colorful rooftops. This was undoubtedly one of the highlights of the day, and you cannot miss this sensational vista. There's also a pleasant park up here. On the other side of the hill, you can see the busy marina stretching out below. The views reminded me of Castello Brown's views in Portofino, except that Nice's port is way larger. This area also offered many shaded spots, as well as a small waterfall. This is a wonderful place to take a break from the crowded streets below.
Now we'll go down the Colline du Château and we'll go back to the parking, and then we'll go all the way to Villefranche-sur-Mer.
After one last look from the viewpoint, we made our way back down.
This place is definitely busier and more crowded than the Italian Riviera, but I mean, it's much more touristy, but I think there are more tourist attractions and more things to explore, I guess, in terms of monuments and sightseeing attractions. Fountain over there.
The old town has retained much of its Italian character, with pastel-colored buildings, narrow alleyways, and bustling markets creating a vibrant Mediterranean atmosphere. As evening crept in, we left Nice behind and drove a short distance east to Villefranche-sur-Mer. As soon as we arrived, we instantly understood why this picturesque fishing town is considered one of the Riviera's hidden gems, and its quiet nature reminded me of Limone at Lake Garda.
It is definitely much quieter here and more relaxed and peaceful. I mean, there are less people, so it's less lively, but anyways, we're gonna make our way to the town area, walk across, next to the shore, and enjoy our time here in Villefranche-sur-Mer.
Colorful waterfront buildings, charming cafes, and countless boats gently floated in the bay, creating an incredibly peaceful atmosphere. We then stopped for some snacks at one of the coastal restaurants. Villefranche-sur-Mer has one of the deepest natural harbors in the Mediterranean, reaching depths of nearly 100 meters, making it perfect for cruise ships and super yachts. As we headed back towards the parking, we traversed the narrow inner lanes of the town. These streets are full of typical Mediterranean steep steps and have actually been used in over 150 films, including classics like To Catch a Thief and Never Say Never Again. Naturally, we couldn't resist making use of Villefranche-sur-Mer's cinematic charm ourselves. It's certainly worth spending a relaxed evening here. Our journey isn't over yet, and stay tuned for episode 2. Please remember to like and click the channel icon to subscribe. Bye!